Chelsea news with Don Diego Costa.
Hello everyone, and welcome back. Chelsea goalkeeper Filip Jorgensen had to be substituted after sustaining an injury during the first half of Denmark under-21's match against Iceland on Tuesday. Chelsea's co-sporting directors, Paul Winstanley and Laurence Stewart, have expressed confidence that Cole Palmer could one day win the Ballon d'Or. Reports from Brazilian media suggest that Chelsea has pulled out of signing Gabriel Mec, despite an agreement reportedly being reached in August. More to come, so stay tuned for the main content. Chelsea goalkeeper Filip Jorgensen was substituted after sustaining an injury during the first half of Denmark under-21's game against Iceland. The 22-year-old, who signed with the Blues for £20 million from Villarreal in July, was replaced at halftime after a collision with a teammate in the team's 2-0 victory. Jorgensen, who has yet to make a Premier League appearance under Enzo Maresca but has played in the Conference League and Carabao Cup, was attempting to clear the ball when the injury occurred. The severity of the injury is still unclear, but Jorgensen is set to return to West London to join his Chelsea teammates ahead of Sunday's Premier League match against Liverpool. Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca is expected to provide an update on Jorgensen and the rest of the squad later this week. Chelsea's missed opportunity to sign Samu Omorodion this summer is increasingly seen as a major mistake, as the FC Porto striker scored 4 first-half goals for Spain's under-21 team on Tuesday. Wearing the captain's armband, Omorodion netted 4 times in a 6-0 win over Malta, helping Spain maintain their unbeaten record in the U21 European Championship qualifiers. Spain, led by Santi Denia, secured qualification in September, finishing the campaign with 9 wins and 1 draw from 10 matches. The 20-year-old has now scored 11 goals in his last 8 games for club and country, including 2 against Manchester United after a strong start at Porto. Omorodion joined Porto for an initial €15 million in August following a failed move to Chelsea. The Blues had planned to sign him for around €50 million, with Conor Gallagher set to join Atletico Madrid in exchange. However, the deal fell apart at the last moment, forcing Chelsea to sign Joao Felix permanently to ensure Gallagher's move went through. Napoli are reportedly considering a January move for Chelsea left-back Ben Chilwell, with head coach Antonio Conte said to be a strong admirer of the player. Chilwell, who has fallen out of favour at Chelsea, made a surprise substitute appearance in the team's Carabao Cup win against Barrow. The 27-year-old is looking for a way out of Stamford Bridge in search of regular playing time. According to The Sun, Chilwell is expected to leave Chelsea in January, with Napoli keeping a close eye on him at Conte's request. Conte, who managed Chelsea from 2016 to 2018, is said to be a big fan of the fullback. Joao Felix is yet to fully kick off his second spell at the club. Despite initial reports suggesting Chelsea lacked strong ambition to complete the deal, they managed to facilitate his £45 million addition by offloading Conor Gallagher in the summer. However, doubts remain about Felix's impact, with Tuchel ranking him as the second worst Premier League summer transfer, just behind Manchester United's Matthijs de Ligt. Felix has found himself on the sidelines, as Cole Palmer's impressive form has kept him from playing in his preferred position. Although Felix has yet to start in a Premier League match since his return, he is expected to get considerable game time with Chelsea involved in multiple competitions. Cole Palmer has already made the Ballon d'Or shortlist after an outstanding start at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea's co-sporting directors, Paul Winstanley and Laurence Stewart, believe he could be a future winner of the prestigious award. Under new head coach Enzo Maresca, Palmer has netted 6 goals this season and was recently named England's Men's Player of the Year for 2024. In an interview with The Telegraph, Winstanley expressed confidence in Palmer's potential, stating, "No doubt, he can win the Ballon d'Or. No doubt. He's got a bit of a maverick personality on the pitch. You can see it in training, you can see it in the games. He's got that ability." The sporting directors have also clarified the reasoning behind the club's decision to sell Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. Despite being a key player and on-field captain under Mauricio Pochettino last season, Gallagher was not part of new manager Enzo Maresca's plans for this season, leading to his £34 million transfer in August. Gallagher, who had been with Chelsea since joining the academy in 2006, was seen as a success story, and his sale drew criticism. with some suggesting it was purely to help the club comply with profit and sustainability regulations. However, in an interview with The Telegraph, Winstanley and Stewart emphasized that the decision was not solely based on financial regulations. Winstanley explained, "It's not just about PSR, it's also about contractual statuses and circumstances. Both Gallagher and Mason Mount had contractual issues when we arrived." Stewart added that, "There has been interest in other players that we've turned down. Every decision has been a performance-based decision, which people have opinions on, because that's football. And, absolutely, with homegrown players, it's always more emotional." Under Clear Lake Capital's ownership, Chelsea has adopted a long-term approach to player contracts, setting them apart from many other clubs in Europe. Cole Palmer is currently signed until June 2033, while Enzo Fernandez is contracted until 2032, and 6 other first-team players have 7-year deals expiring in 2031. As a result, Chelsea players hold 8 of the 10 longest active contracts in Europe's 5 major leagues. In December 2023, the Premier League decided to limit how long a player's transfer fee can be amortized in accounts to a maximum of 5 years. Stewart and Winstanley rejected the premise that falling in line with PSR constraints is the sole reason for the club's contract strategy. Winstanley stated, "People often think that's how it's always been done. But without forward thinking and progression, everyone will stand still." He described the owner's strategy as a clever concept that they believed in from the beginning. "Once we looked at it together, we saw how this could work. We still believe in it," he added. He emphasized that if the strategy were solely about PSR, Chelsea would have ceased it after the regulations changed. That was never at the forefront of the owner's minds when we discussed how we see this working as a club. Stewart further elaborated, saying the long contracts reflect the club's commitment to recognizing talent and their long-term value. It's because the players, the talent and the value they have over the long term is really important to the clubs. Really, it is the biggest nod towards the ability to identify talent. You've got to get that right if you're going to put players on these long contracts, and then it's your ability to develop players and develop talent. That's one of the key things that we talk about internally, to make our players better across all of our teams. Over the summer, Chelsea was in discussions to sign promising Brazilian attacker Gabriel Mec from Grêmio. Initially reported by local media and later confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, the Blues expected to finalize an agreement quickly, with some sources suggesting it would take no more than a week. However, several months later, the deal appears to be off. In August, Brazilian media reported that a transfer agreement potentially worth up to 24 million euros had been reached, but Globo Esporte now indicates that Chelsea has backed away from the move. This change is attributed to concerns over Gabriel's recent performances, leading the club to hesitate about investing a significant amount of money given his lackluster outings. Additionally, since the 16-year-old cannot move to Europe until 2026, Chelsea plans to take their time, reassessing his potential signing, while continuing to monitor his progress. Barcelona's sporting director, Deco, a former Chelsea player, has facilitated significant signings for the club, including the £55 million acquisition of Dani Olmo since his appointment. Deco is now reportedly planning a double raid on Chelsea for 2 midfielders. According to Football Espana, he is optimistic about securing a loan deal for Carney Chukwuemeka, who was previously an option for Barcelona, but saw a potential move collapse due to fitness concerns following a long-term injury. Now fit, Chukwuemeka is low in the pecking order at Stamford Bridge, making him a viable target for Barcelona in January. Deco is also a big admirer of Romeo Lavia, who has seen limited playing time for Chelsea since his £58 million transfer from Southampton last year. While Deco would be keen to bring the former Man City holding midfielder to the Nou Camp, Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca is reportedly determined to integrate Lavia into his starting 11, and is unlikely to approve any exit, even on a short-term basis. Former Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has signed a lucrative contract worth £5 million a year with the Football Association to become the New England manager. He is set to be introduced as the permanent manager of the Three Lions at a press conference at Wembley Stadium on Wednesday. The deal with Tuchel was finalized swiftly on Tuesday, following his emergence as the FA's top choice for the role. Lee Carsley has been serving as the interim manager during the Nations League, but a surprising defeat to Greece last week has nearly eliminated his chances of securing the position permanently. The FA's decision to hire an experienced and successful club coach comes at a significant financial cost. Tuchel will earn approximately £5 million annually as the national team's boss. His tenure will officially begin on January 1st. Tuchel's predecessor, Gareth Southgate, resigned after a loss to Spain in the Euro 2024 final, having been on a £2.5 million a year contract that included various incentives and bonuses. Tuchel's contract is set for an initial 18 months, covering the qualifying phase for the 2026 World Cup and the tournament itself, assuming England qualifies. He will take over officially on New Year's Day, while Carsley will manage the final 2 Nations League matches in November. Notably, the FA has secured Tuchel without needing to pay compensation to Bayern Munich, as the Bundesliga club has agreed to release him from his contract, which was originally set to run until July 2025. Alright, thanks for watching. See you another time. Goodbye and have a nice day.